Well, apparently we had a couple little technical issues, but we are up and going as we're going to watch some interesting racing today as I got a little bit of a mix-up with the overlays when we got started. I had to totally redo them. So we got the Pro 2s versus the Pro 4s. As I got him way too loud. Hold on. So they are running at Crandon tonight. All my stuff for my overlays. Hold on one second, guys. I am bombing this one. So I went to go load in and all my overlays changed on me, so I had to type them all in. So we got the Filthy Clubs Community Cup brought to you by Just a Trim. Just a Trim. You know them. They sponsor AMX. Normally played about this time every night. So we got Pro 2s versus... Wow, whoever I was on was blinking. We got Pro 2s versus Pro 4s. The driver lineup has changed some, as we'll be able to tell the differences when we get up close to them. These guys in the Pro 2s are going to get a 30-second head start on the Pro 4s. They're going to run 15 laps here tonight. And we're going to... Oh, it's saying 11 to go, so I guess we're running 12 laps. I thought it was 15 laps. So we're going to run 12 laps here tonight, and these Pro 4s got to catch the Pro 2s. The Pro 2s are two-wheel drive trucks. So, and the Pro 4s are four-wheel drive. That's the main difference. So the Pro 2s have less grip than the Pro 4s. So it'll be interesting to see how this works out on these starts. And I'm going to try and listen to see when these guys actually start, because it shows us they're green now, but I know they got a driver's meeting going on. So, Crandon, we've seen the short version of this quite a bit with the AMX guys. We're going to run the full version, right? You got a whole bunch of guys over in AMX. And I don't know why it's not separating it on SDK, which ones are which, but we'll be able to tell the differences. You can look down there. You can see the difference in the fenders between the Pro 2s and the Pro 4s. Pro 4s are in the back, Pro 2s up front. And when these guys go in the Pro 2s, they got to go. Let's go ahead and pull up the starting grid for tonight. Now, some of these... No, I think it should all be right now. So we got... Andrew on the pole. I don't know if he's not lined up yet. In the 99, starting first. Connor Berry starting second. Connor doesn't have to fight Cam today. I expect him to have a fast night. Zach Clifton in the 461 starting third. Jeremy Parker in the 40 starting fourth. Mason in the 50 starting fifth. Joseph Brooks in the 54 starting sixth. Gary Green in the 920 starting seventh. And Taylor with Just a Trim in the 89 starting eighth. Anthony starting in that 217 and 9th. Zachary starting 10th. Jim West in 11th. Chris Plumley starting 12th. I think we're into the Pro 4s now. As I'll get it figured out as we're going along. So we got Nathan in the 19 starting 13th. Mike in the 327 starting 14th. Luke in the 77 starting 15th, and Nick Larson in the 802 starting 16th. Vinny McDonald starting in the 17th position, and Bryce, we've seen him a couple times in those, 7 starting 18th. Mike Smith in the 25 starting 19th. Josh Edmondson in the 58 starting 20th. James Donahue in the 81 starting 21st. And Frank starting, he's going to be starting in the 22nd position. I believe that we should have 10 and 10 or an 11 and 11 of these Pro 2s versus the Pro 4s, but I know a few people weren't able to make the race. Still quite a few trucks out there as we're about to go green flag racing here soon. Let's go chopper view. Let's follow these guys as the green flag is out. These Pro 2s, actually there's an advantage with the... What's up, Cam? There's an advantage with the... Oh, is he slipping in the grass? That grass is slippery as they dive it into turn one. The advantage is definitely to the Pro 4s as we'll watch these guys try and catch up when they get there. Gonna wait and see when these guys get started here. We go back to 12th. These guys are still sitting here waiting on the clock. So are we doing 10 laps, or I thought we were doing 15 laps, but it's telling us that we are doing 10 laps here tonight, or 11 laps here tonight. What's up, Andrew? So the Pro 4s are out the gate. Look how fast these guys are. These guys get on the gas. They go. They're hitting these jumps. A lot more control in these things, but they definitely push a lot more. I don't know if you guys drive four-wheel drives back at home, but, man, those things definitely push as these guys are jumping down the track. Let's see. They have about a 32-second lead up to those, or 33-second lead up to the Pro 2s as Josh Edmondson is leading the pack in the Pro 2s. He's going to try and pull away. Anthony right behind him. Anthony's good at having some nice starts here at Crandon, as we've seen that plenty of times. It's showing me that a lot of people are wrecking, but we know they're not. They're just all bunched up as these guys are jumping down through the pack. These Pro 2s are trying to get as much of a start as they can as the Pro 4s are starting to reel them in. We got the 320 of Plumley, Chris Plumley. He's brought it within 31 seconds as Luke is trying to get around him. They're getting together. This is going to give the Pro 2s an advantage as these guys are really beating it out here. Really beating it out as these Pro 2s are way out front. That hurt their time a lot as they were giving him. Give her Josh. Yeah, Josh is trying to get out, but he's not able to break these guys. As it looks like we got a lap truck. Is that a lap truck? Yeah, Gary Green must have had something happen on the start because it's showing me that he's 18th. Something's wrong here. As Gary Green is in front of Josh Edmondson. I didn't see if something happened to Gary, but Gary is definitely getting past, and it's showing me that he's going a lap down here to Josh. Josh is looking fast with Connor behind him. Man, Connor, you got to think about Connor. Connor's caught some of the worst luck lately. Finally looks like he's got a chance, and now here's Josh out here leading the pack. I'm not sure if something happened to Gary Green. Let me go back and see if I can figure something out on that start. But right now, these Pro 4 guys, they've got that time cut back to about 29 seconds as they got 8 laps to go. Let's see. First one is going to be this number 77 as they're side by side for that first position in the Pro 4. Oh, man. Who was that? That was Nick Larson. Oh, no, that wasn't Nick Larson. I don't know what's going on with the ticker here, but there's definitely something going on up at the front of this pack. Wow, what is going on with my ticker? So I think something's going on here. I actually think that Josh Edmondson is in the lead and Gary Green is in third. But something definitely happened with the ticker here. I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I can give it a little refresh, see if it fixes for us. As there's just so many trucks out here. Let's see if this fixes whatever problem we got going on. Yeah, it's showing the 19 up. Oh, it's showing the 19 out, but up front, I have no idea what's going on with our ticker right now. Oh, man, this is going to make me crazy. So I believe the 58 is in the lead. Yeah, the 58 is definitely in the lead here. Oops. Wrong button. As they got cars that they're coming up on. Oh, can I take that back? Actually, I take that back. No, I don't take that back. Looks like the ticker fixed itself. Edmondson in the lead. He's got a 26-second advantage on those Pro 4s. I don't know what happened to iRacing there, but it totally got screwy. So right now we got Luke leading the Pro 4s. He doesn't have a lot of pressure right this second. That's going to help him gain ground. If those guys get battling them, I'm telling you, that's gonna hurt their chances of getting to these guys up front. Back up to Josh Edmondson is Connor. Connor Berry's working his back bumper off. Gary Green sitting in third. Taylor in that 89. I don't know what's going on with his paint. Is that me or is that them? Okay, let's try and reload something else. I don't know what's going on with trading paints. But I know that didn't look like the Just a Trim truck, as Anthony's behind him. Back up to the front of the pack as I'm waiting on these things to refresh. Who's in that 40? So that my question is, Jeremy Parker in the lead and the ticker's just off? I have no idea, as definitely we're having some issues with this ticker. Josh Edmondson working his way underneath him as we got Connor Berry in second, Gary Green in third. Pro 4 lights have gained about up to 24 seconds on these guys. 6 laps to go. Do they have enough time? They got to work their way through these Pro 2 lights to get to the leader 2. Definitely going to be a battle here tonight. Definitely going to be a battle here tonight. Yeah, this is weird. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure if Josh is leading or if Jeremy Parker's leading. But I'm pretty sure Josh is leading because I don't remember seeing Jeremy up in that front pack. I don't know. Definitely having some scoring issues here tonight. As these guys are flying through the track. Connor Berry trying to dig. Oh, he catches a piece of the wall. Gary Green wasn't able to take advantage of that. He's too far back. As the Pro 4s are now within 22 seconds of these guys. It looks like they're going to be working on the back bumper of their first Pro 2 here pretty soon. First one they're going to come up on is Joseph Brooks. As the 77 of Luke is digging. He's pulling away from the 56 of Zach. Luke Canoop definitely running faster than that number 77. Is he going to be able to dig in through that field and get to the lead? As we got 5 laps to go now. Josh Admonson. Let's see, the 40. Oh, the 40 hit the wall. So, yeah, the 40 was definitely struggling here. Oh, did the 40 take? Nope, the 40 didn't take him. So the 40's definitely struggling. As Connor's on the back bumper of Josh. Connor looking for this victory. I mean, if I'm sitting here looking right now, the biggest thing that I want to do is help this guy pull away. If I can stay on his bumper and wait for that last lap to battle for the lead, because you know you need. Oh man, that definitely hurt Connor the way he landed there. Because you know you got to get as far away from these Pro 4s as possible. So Luke got around his first Pro 2. He's got a couple more he's working up on. Looks like he's got Andrew and Zach up in front of him. Zach in that Oreo, number 461. Rumor has it he's going to dunk that thing in a glass of milk at the end of this. He's got an Oreo down on the bottom undercarriage. Back up to Josh as Connor's working that back bumper. As there are trucks all over this track. 4 laps to go. Ooh, Mike Smith tells me Mike Smith had an issue. Nope. Just one of those bounced too much. As Connor just looked like he might have gotten the back of Josh there for a second. He's working that back bumper. They're staying in line as Josh swings it way out. That definitely helped helped Connor gain some ground as Gary Green sitting in third. Taylor and that 89 sitting in fourth. I don't know why trading pay. Oh, we got a mix up here. We got a little bit of a wreck as Canoop has made his way up to the 6th position. James Donahue had an issue as we've seen him sideways. This is helping Luke as they got 4 laps to go. Luke is... How far back is Luke? Luke is 16 and a half seconds behind the leader. Is he going to be able to catch him? As he's got Anthony to pass next. How hard is Anthony going to make it for him? I mean, these Pro 4s, they turn so well. Watch the difference in the turn. Oh, Luke dumped it in there, but look at him get that grip off the turn when he's ready to go. 4-wheel drive just lets him dig as he's going to put himself in position under Anthony as he was on the back bumper the whole time. He gets around Anthony. Nothing Anthony could do to hold him up. That's going to put him, he's 15 and a half seconds behind the leader with 3 laps to go. Josh and Connor keeping it clean, just trying to make it to the end to give themselves a chance to get the victory. You got to pull away from these Pro 4s to have a chance. As Gary gets tied up a little bit. Got Taylor. Taylor's trying to dig. I don't know why it's not showing the just a trim paint scheme. But he's trying to dig in on there. Luke, he's got Taylor next, but he's got quite a ways to go to Taylor. How far is he behind Taylor? He's 5.5 seconds behind Taylor. Let's see how long it takes him to dig in on him. As man, it is almost, I don't even know. It's like a painting the way he's driving this truck. It's so perfect, so meticulous. I mean, just a perfect ride in that number 77. No mistakes, making his way up through the field. Second Pro 4 is going to be Zachary. And right behind him, we got Anthony in that Pro 2. Holding strong in the 7th position. 5th out of the Pro 2s. Chris, another Pro 2 right behind him. Definitely has some nose damage there. James Donahue got tied up earlier. Andrew Keepers behind them. Nick Larson digging in on the Pro 4 in that 802. Zach Clifton in the Oreo. Oh, man, it looks like he crumbled that cookie a little bit on that right front. Bryce in those 7, man, that's a mean-looking truck right there in that Pro 2. I wouldn't want that, or Pro 4. I wouldn't want that up in my back mirror. Man, that thing is looking mean. It looks like it's going to eat you. Nathan in the 19. We've seen Nathan in the Pro 2. Joseph in the 54. Mike digging in. Oh, man, he's missing a right fender. He's trying to take more of it off. Let's go back up to the front, see how these guys are doing. As it looks like Canoop's got 10 seconds to catch up on these guys. He's definitely digging up on Gary and Taylor. Taylor, he's 1 second behind Taylor. Wow, look at that thing go through over those jumps. Digging so much harder. Last lap, I don't think he's going to get there. I don't think he's going to get a podium finish. These guys are ready to battle it out up at the front. Last lap for these guys. These guys are running down around this 190. Can Connor find a spot to pass? He's got to feel comfortable. They got an 8-second lead on the rest, other than on Gary Green. Gary Green's hoping these guys get together, and he's able to take advantage of it. As Luke has made his way up to the 4th position, there's no way these guys are going to catch him. No way. He's got 7 seconds, almost 8 seconds against 7.5 seconds. He's not going to get there. Let's see which one of these Pro 2s are going to make it. Yeah, he freaking was eating in that thing. Josh out the turn. Coming across the line here. One last 180 degree, sorry. One last hairpin. It's going to be Josh for the victory. Connor 2nd. Gary is going to get 3rd. Luke digs it in on 4th. He deserves a little bit of credit there. He dug hard through the field. There just wasn't enough time left. Taylor's going to get 5th. Zach in the next Pro 4 is going to get 6th. Chris is going to get 7th. Anthony is going to get 8th. Nick's going to get 9th. James Donahue is going to get 10th. Man, what a finish for these guys. I mean, they really dug. I was hoping Connor was going to try and dive it in on Josh. He just didn't have enough at the end there. As it's all Pro 2 podium. All Pro 2 podium. That's a cool pick. Everything happened so fast. I mean, that was the quickest like 15 minutes I've ever seen. So yeah, they were battling pretty hard. I think that had a lot to do with what happened with those guys and why they weren't able to catch them. They were battling hard earlier on in the race. Let's see. We got Gary. Let's go ahead and pull Gary in the booth. Hold on a second, Gary. Hold on. Let's get ready to do that. Just a trim. Just a trim. Oops. Just a trim victory lane. Give me 1 second, guys. Got to pull these drivers in. Pull these drivers in real quick for the just a trim victory lane. As this was, I got to do a couple little things real quick as I have to shut off the race chat. That's the biggest issue I got right now. Oh man, I thought oh, it did. Okay, good. All right, let's get the just a trim victory lane going here tonight, guys. Don't mind the graphics in the back. I gotta shut off the race chat real quick because I don't want that to come through while I'm trying to interview. So let's go ahead and turn on our mic. Gary James in the booth, get a copy. Oops. Gary James in the booth, get a copy.
Yes, sir.
Man, you guys had to fight hard. I don't know if you had anything for Connor and Josh, but man, you did your best, and man, somehow you guys outran those Pro 4s. I think they were just battling a little too hard with each other at the beginning of that.
Yeah, I had a great jump, was able to pull off the whole shot, and then a couple laps in, I got into the back of Josh over the jump a little bit, and it kind of got me a little squirrely and let Connor get around me too. After that, I was kind of keeping an eye on my relative, and we were just kind of keeping pace, all three of us together. I made a couple small mistakes, dropped back a little bit. But as far as the Pro 4s, I think if they could have kept it clean at the beginning, from what it sounds like, they might have had a little bit better run at us.
Yeah, they were definitely battling hard out the gate, and then finally Luke, when he was able to get away, he was really digging. I mean, if he had had two more laps, he would have been to the leaders, I think.
Yeah, he was definitely charging hard. I was kind of keeping an eye on my relative time, and the last 2 laps or so, I could really see him cutting some time down. The track was getting slick, so Pro 2s were losing a little bit of time, but he was definitely charging hard.
Now you're gonna know better than me. This is first time I've done a race like this. Definitely looked like a faster pace race than usual because I cover you guys normally on Thursday nights in AMX. Was this a faster pace race than you guys are used to?
Yeah, it is compared to the AMX league. AMX we're running the Pro 2 lights. Now we're in the Pro 2s, Pro 4s, a little more power, a little more speed. And we had 20 trucks on the track tonight, so there's a lot happening.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty intense. A lot to keep up with, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah. I hope to see some more of these races pop up. They're a blast. I love running these Challenge Cup races.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot of fun. Anybody you want to thank for that podium finish tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Uncon Esports, JNR Sheds, Rycon Fabricating, Backchannel Productions, and everybody at Team Green. Thank you for broadcasting, and thanks to Filthy Racing Club for holding the race.
For sure. Thanks for putting on a heck of a show, and I'm going to go interview our runner-up.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
You too. So Gary Green, our third place driver. Let's go ahead and bring in our second place driver. Connor James in the booth. Get a copy. Man, what a run tonight. I thought you might have had something for Josh, and I'm thinking, man, first time you don't have to worry about beating Cam, and here Josh is outrunning you. But man, you really dug in at the end of that thing, tried to dig in on him. Did you have anything for him?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like we were about the same. I definitely could have probably done some more consistent laps to get to him better. But I mean, it's still cool to go first and second. Um, it's good for the Pro 2s to be 1, 2, 3. We put on a show, and these Pro 4s were near. I think the first one was 4. So yeah, they were getting close, and we were just going as fast as we could go.
Now, I was watching the race, and it looked like you tried to put a little bit of pressure on him early on, and it's almost like you step back a little bit, knowing that, hey, if we get racing too much, these Pro 4s are going to catch us faster. Was that kind of the thought process there?
I guess you would say. I mean, I feel like I had something to where I could get to Josh, but I don't think I had like too much speed to where I could actually get past Josh without like taking him out. And that's what I did not want to do, because I knew, because we are teammates and stuff, and it would be way better for us to go first and second than just first. So it was mainly just about being smart, and that's what we did.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense. A lot of sense there. And as we all know too well in racing, it's one thing to catch somebody; it's a whole other thing to pass them anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. 'Cause it's hard when we are about the same speed too. Like, I felt like I could gain him in like one turn, and he could like just pull it back out, which that's just how it goes. Just I need to go find how I can gain some more time.
Oh, I hear you. Well, you got some good teammates over there. I'm sure you're going to learn a lot more as you go along. So, anybody you want to thank here tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank CBR, General Tire, Jim Beaver Esports, Polaris Razor, Vision Wheel, everyone on the team, me, Cam, and Josh. We've put in a lot of time into these trucks, and it is showing as we just went 1 and 2. And yeah, and thanks to Frank for putting on this race, and you for streaming it.
I appreciate you guys putting on a show, and hey, I can't wait to watch another one of these now that I've had the opportunity to see how it works.
Yeah, they are for sure fun. So I can't wait for the next one.
No problem, brother. Have a good night and enjoy that podium.
You too, and thank you.
Connor Berry getting that second place bridesmaid once again. But let's go ahead and bring in our winner. Josh James in the booth. You got a copy? Man, that was a lot of fun to watch. And man, it looked like at points Connor was faster than you. And then he just couldn't get around. And I mean, he said a little bit of that in the interview. But, man, you just ran a perfect race, and it was perfect that you guys lined up like you did, because I think those Pro 4s really beat on each other a lot, leaned on each other a lot at the beginning, and that allowed you guys to pull away to a bigger gap than they could overcome.
Sure. Yeah, he had a couple spots. He was quicker, and I made a couple mistakes. He made a couple mistakes. It's really about limiting those. And then I knew we didn't want to battle too hard. Like with Gary there, the first couple laps, I was really waiting to get the spot. Didn't want to force it too much and have it slow us down too much, because I knew those Pro 4s were coming. But yeah, it sounds like they battled a little too hard and left a big gap, so we were able to stay up 1, 2, 3 in the Pro 2s, so that was pretty cool to see.
Well, one thing I did notice with you guys is when you were battling, there was a lot less beating and banging. A little bit more respect, a little bit more room. That seemed to help you guys not lose as much speed.
Yeah, for sure. I think that just lends to the Pro 2 truck. It's a little more of a driver's truck. You gotta really be careful around the corners and be easy on the throttle. So if you're slamming and stuff, it can really slow you down or spin you out or something. So yeah, it's a tough truck to drive, but it's a blast when you get the hang of it.
So here's my question. This is the first one of these I've watched, and I know, I think that Anthony sent me one. I think he might have won it. I don't remember. I remember you were up front. Maybe you were second or something. But I mean, it was a lot of fun to watch. That was the first one I've ever seen of these, and
yeah.
And then do you think it was too big of a gap for the 4s to overcome, or they just made too many mistakes?
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. That last one you spoke of, yeah, I did. I led till the last lap, and the Pro 4 got me, and there was just nothing I could do about it when they caught us. They're just faster, especially when the track's worn in and slick. So, yeah, this one was close. I mean, I guess if they were not battling as hard, from what I heard they were, then maybe they could have caught us. But it's just tough with how much different the track wears into. So. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to watch.
yeah, I definitely get it. They were beating and banging on each other pretty hard. I mean, Luke was definitely fast. It's just they weren't trying to let him get away. I think they knew if they didn't get in front of him, they didn't have a chance.
No,
but
that's it.
But man, you had a good run tonight. I know you got a few people to thank, so why don't you give them a shout?
Yeah, definitely shout out to you guys for putting this on and broadcasting it. I'm gonna go back and watch it. That's always cool to do. And then shout out to my team, Jim Beaver Esports, Fistful of Bourbon, Winners Get Whiskey, Dirtfish, Acronis, GSD, XTV Axles, General Tire, Polaris Razor, Rigid Industries, Vision Wheels, and Sance Racing Fabrication.
You might not want to watch this one back. I think I did a terrible job. No, this was the first time, and it was so, I'm used to watching the lights with AMX, and this was so much faster paced. So,
yeah, a lot of action going on.
Kind of like football, or even when you're in the race car, I got to figure out a way to slow myself down so I can keep up the action. But man, that was a heck of a show, and I appreciate you guys putting on a show for me tonight because it was definitely fun to try and learn and get the hang of how these things work.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, brother. Thank you, and enjoy that victory.
Thanks.
What a race here tonight. I mean, I can't say more about these guys and what kind of show they put on. Man, I definitely have a lot to learn. So I mean, and I'm doing it. Hopefully I get to come back and do some more. Hopefully I didn't bomb it too bad, but definitely a great race here tonight. And man, hopefully I get another one. Hopefully I can slow my mind down a little bit. Maybe get a little bit of help so I can find some of the action going on other parts of the track. But again, guys, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Thank you guys, drivers, for putting on a heck of a show. Let me give you guys the shouts you need because, look, you guys put on a show. Everybody should know where you're at. So let's go ahead and pull up the race final results. Oh, nope. There it is. I was wondering if it's going to show up. Got Josh Edmondson winning the race by a gap of 0.84. Good victory for him. Connor definitely had something at points there, but wasn't enough to get past Josh. And like you said, when you're racing your teammate, sometimes it's better to finish 1-2 than it is to take out your teammate, and neither one of you get the victory. Connor Berry in second. Gary Green with a solid finish in third. Luke Canoop, man, he was so close. He was so close to getting to these guys. They were racing him too hard in the beginning, and I mean, I'm gonna go back and watch this through again. I'm gonna save the replay, but man, what a run by that number 77 Pro 4. Taylor, good run in fifth. The next Pro 2. He was the only one beat by. He was the last one beat by a Pro 4. Zachary in the 56, another Pro 4. Strong run for him. Chris in the 320, finishing 7th. Anthony finishing 8th. Nick finishing 10th. James Donahue, last minute entry. Just barely got in. Got that top 10 finish. Good for him. Andrew Keepers finishing 11th. Bryce, we see him often in the 07 finishing 12th. Zach in the 461 finishing 13th. Nathan finishing 14th. Mike finishing 15th. Joseph Brooks finishing 16th. Vinny McDonald finishing 17th. Mason finishing 18th. Mike Smith finishing 19th. I think I got to scroll at this point. Let's go one more row here. That's going to go. Move. There we go. Mike Smith finishing 19th. Jeremy Parker finished 20th. And that rounds out the field. What a race here tonight, guys. Oh, it says Jim West, but I don't think he started. So Jim West and Frank, those were race control. But man, what a race for these guys. What a show. And hopefully next time I'm a little bit more prepared. But guys, until next time, be safe. Have a good night. And I'll see you soon. I ain't gonna lie, I probably blew that broadcast a little bit. Oh man, it was so fast and so hard for me to keep up with. And I'm not, yeah, it's just not what I'm used to. Bryce. He only does good when I'm around, apparently. It was a very clean race, but very hard for me to keep up with. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry my calling struggled a little bit, but man, I had a little trouble keeping up. Yeah, no problem. It was fun. It was fun. I think if you try to play around. Yeah, I definitely want to be able to try it again when I can slow it down in my mind now. I said that at the end. I said maybe I should next time I should have somebody with me to see where some of the other athletes go. And it was a great race for the lead, and then they were beating and banging in the close course. I'm trying to jump back and forth, and I'm like, man, this is just a great race. It's hard to keep up. And then Luke, he's just driving through the field. I mean, that was I saw him jump that down, but man, it was awesome watching people that show. You guys were beating and banging. I mean, like they were trying not to let you go.